Welcome back, and thanks to Amy. That was excellent. I didn't expect that. Actually, in the interview before, I knew what she did, but this was just amazing for me.
I really love that in our culture. We don't really spend much time with the ancestors. It's not a prevalent thing, at least within my culture growing up. And what I love, Amy, is that we get to be in contact with the ancestors in a very deep and powerful, meaningful way.
Yeah.
So thanks again, Amy.
Thank you. Let's move to some other very special sacred energy and enter our own theater of miracles called Miracle Moments. Now, if you haven't joined us before, Miracle Moments is a celebration of those who are having resolutions to life's issues. And it's a place where we can all give energy and solutions to some very special members.
I love the magic that happens when we collaborate with others, and I think that's why I love the Miracle Moments section that you'll find in your portal, because it represents all of us together. Within your portal, there is a place where you can view the needs of others in the prayer request list. And it's such a great idea to have all of us have access to this. It's a chance where we can take a moment and create light for someone who needs it. So even before we report a story this evening of a wonderful benevolent outcome, actually there's going to be 2 benevolent outcomes that I want to share this evening, we'd like to first take a moment and then focus on several beautiful souls who have asked for help within the prayer request list. Randomly selected, they are the Kryon family, and there was actually several members listed individually who had that last name of Kryon, so I'm including them all together as part of the Kryon family. And then we had both Debbie and also Roxanne. Both of them were requesting for help healing their spine. So I wanted to add all of those into this evening's intention, where we're going to focus on them and send them energy. So let's do this together.
I want to start by a statement. We would not do this unless we had seen results. All of you together, this membership, no matter when you are watching, you represent a powerful, wonderful, healing energy when you concentrate it together. And the together can be at any time, whether you're going to watch the replay, and I know some of you are seeing this now as that, or the live. And it doesn't matter when the actual chronology happens on the clock, but you're still doing it together. Remember, we are in the now. And when we gather in this way, things happen. We present visualizations and concentrations, and we focus energy, and things happen. I wouldn't be doing this, again, unless we had seen things happen that are indeed miracles and benevolences. So here's the invitation. Let's do it again. Spend some time right now with me sending love to the Kryon family. I want you to hold the most benevolent outcome for them. You don't have to know anything about what they're asking for. Instead, you can see resolution, joy. You can see smiles for the outcome that is going to be theirs. Can we do that together? Continue, please, to visualize them celebrating their magnificence with solutions for being peace with all of this. It's very, very doable. That's why we're here, perhaps. Let's do it again and send love, solutions to Debbie and Roxanne. Let's hold the most benevolent outcome for them both regarding that which they've asked for, specifically the spine. Let's visualize both of them out of pain, out of worry, and having solutions for that which is physical for their bodies. Good solutions that stick and work. Perhaps for the rest of their lives. Why not? This is what we teach. This is what happens when we gather together in the green mist. This is happening more and more with this work that we have created exactly for this reason. We can do this. Please continue to hold this energy with me. I'd like to ask Monica to share a miracle moment or two that our members have experienced.
So this week we have 2 miracle moments to share. And the first miracle moment comes from Nick. And Nick says, my miracle moment occurred when I said yes to taking Kryon's hand. I now feel Kryon's presence 24/7. And as Lee describes it, it's a thick, compassionate love that is consistent and is warm in the heart. There is nothing quite like it, and it is very real. I'm so blessed and loved beyond measure. Thank you, Lee and Monica. I'm forever grateful. What a beautiful story to share with us, Nick, and we celebrate that you are enjoying that 24/7 connection with the energy of love. Beautiful. And this second miracle moment comes from Charlotte. And Charlotte says, I was having an impossible time quitting alcohol. I could feel its grasp on me. I deeply prayed before the green mist to help me relieve this addiction. In the green mist, going through my temple could not have been more pointed to my need. The addiction feels gone and my eyes are bright. Thank you. This is a big deal to me. That really is a big deal, Charlotte. That is worthy of sharing and celebrating. I can also feel that relief. I mean, it ripples through and changes everything within life when you have something that drops away that you no longer wish to have and it no longer serves your magnificence. But right now, I would like all of us to join together in a field of coherence as we send energy to those who are requesting our prayers of help. And so let's just focus on connecting with each other's hearts as we begin to synchronize and entrain with each other. Our intent and our compassionate action, it's being amplified right now. And in that togetherness of amplified love energy, let us hold the most benevolent outcome of solutions for all those on the prayer request list, whether it's past, present or future. They are all together in this soup of now energy, and our intent is to send all those the energy of love, compassion, and the most benevolent outcome. And now I also invite you to visualize all of humanity now. Every single human on the planet, children, teenagers, adults, every single human that's on the planet now. Just call them up into your field. And then I ask this, if you haven't closed your eyes, I invite you now to close your eyes and etherically we are going to create a bouquet of roses. And because we are etherically creating this bouquet of roses, we have enough roses to give every single human one single rose all at once at the same time. But before we give this rose, part of the creation of this etheric rose bouquet is that every rose has 52 petals. And when we gift the rose to each human on the planet, which includes you as well, because we are doing this for each other, so you will be receiving a rose as well at the same time that we are going to gift everyone all at once this etheric rose of love. The 52 petals, they represent the 52 weeks of the year ahead. And as the rose is given, each week the petal is going to bloom and release a fragrance of love, so that that rose will carry us with the fragrance and essence of love for the year ahead, that it may be filled with a pathway of love. And so here we go. We're going to count down to 1, and we will deliver these rose bouquets of fragrance of love to each human. 3, 2, 1. And the rose bouquets are released. Every human now receives a rose just for them. And whether they accept it or not, the petals will continue to release fragrances of love for the year ahead. And so, with nothing more to do, let us sit back, relax, enjoy the fragrance of love, and come a little closer to Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon. Come a little closer. The theme is love. It's obvious. The roses, they represent the giving time. They represent love. They always have. There are so many things that we could speak of that are love-based, that are beautiful, and that perhaps you're not truly, fully aware of. Earlier, the teacher, Amy, she talked about going into the Akashic. Now, we have done that with you before. She talked about meeting the ancestors. We have done that with you before. Could it be that there is a common theme occurring to teachers and channelers in this, the shift, that needs to be told, perhaps even in another way, a more profound way, a way that you can relate to even more than before? There are so many of you who have joined me for this Circle of 12 every single week. There are others who have just basically come on board to this program, and you have many, many episodes to review should you wish to. They all contain one common thread. The last thing we do is cross a bridge. We've done it every time. That will remain as long as there is a Circle of 12 program. And the reason is because this is new to humanity. The ability for you to actually go to your soul energy as a three-dimensional human being with your biology. That is how much that veil has lifted for you. We talked about that before. What if the veil was inside you? What if you're not lifting anything outside of you at all? What if it's always been the ability for you to have the full magnificence of your soul start to come through you? The release of the energies on the planet and within your own DNA are giving you an enhanced, a very enhanced consciousness, an enhanced intuition. It's all there. What if that was what was happening instead of some magic veil somewhere else starting to lift and more light is there? And that what if is actually true. You are complete as you sit there, and what is taking place is an enhancement of that which you've always had. It appears as though it's coming from somewhere else. It's like a light is getting brighter inside you, but you think it's happening in the room around you. So why don't we go and take a journey yet again? The one that you're allowed to do now, crossing the bridge. And who's going to be there? Well, I think you already know. Take my hand. Crossing this bridge is a symbol. It's a symbol for several things. Number one, it's your permission and allowance to go to a very sacred place. Are you okay with that? Don't come along and just look around, dear ones. Come along and be. Participate. And in that, I'm asking you to do more than visualize. I'm asking you to participate fully. Cross this bridge with me, hand in hand, through the mist that obfuscates what's on the other side, and you start to see what's on the other side. The bridge is a symbol for going from that which you are comfortable with to that which perhaps you don't even know about. Perhaps something you may be having anxiety about. And that's perhaps the funniest thing about this, is that when you get there, it feels better than where you came from. It's home. You recognize the feeling. Love. Love. Peacefulness. Where you're in charge of absolutely everything. You built it. This is your place. This soul of yours is where you've come to, and it can look any way you want. Because whatever way you envision it, it won't be correct. Because all you have and have always had are realities in 3 dimensions. And this is not in 3 dimensions. This is a multi-dimensional area, energy, that is everywhere and nowhere. And this is very, very difficult to explain. You just have to be okay with that. Just like the description of the Creator can be everywhere and nowhere, and answer billions of prayers identically at the same time and listen to them. All of these attributes are a multidimensional reality. You have to get used to it. You are now part of that as you sit here with me in your soul. Are you okay with that? Oh, it's very powerful. Very powerful. Come with me into a special room, as we often do, and take a look at what we're going to do. This is something we have done before, but not quite like this. I want you to realize that as time goes by for you, this shift that you're in starts to propagate a higher vibration for you. The more time you spend in these places, pondering the reality of what you experience here, the greater the influence of the Creator is on you. The greater is the vibration, the higher the frequency, you might say. That is something we've not discussed before with you. This shift that you're in creates this automatically as you start to look around. Give permission. Say, show me. And so this particular visit we're going to have tonight is going to be with your ancestors. This entire program, perhaps, is about your ancestors. And in this, I will take a brief moment to give you something exceptionally confusing that we have said before. You have a soul lineage. You have a biological lineage. They seem to be two separate things, but they ally together in complex ways where you don't have to know the difference between them. They simply exist together. Your soul lineage, your incarnations, all of that, they're all your soul. But they might include bloodlines from 1,000 others. That is the complexity you must ponder as we show you this. It's not one bloodline biologically, but it's one soul line, where you come and you go with agreements from other soul lines, you might say. Are you okay with that? The ancestors are here. But instead of being in the dark, perhaps, or in an audience, perhaps, or standing around you, they're here to talk to you. There's communication here. What would your great grandmothers and grandfathers have to say to you right now? 4 to 5 generations removed. They are your ancestors. What would they have to say to you? What if you could go back 500-600 years in your bloodline? What would they have to say to you? What if they were standing in line right now waiting to talk to you? We don't have time for that, do we? Or do we? In this multidimensional area, they could all talk at once with a similar message, a similar voice, if you wish to speak to them. I want you to select the gender of your choice for the wisest message that you'll get from any of them. The gender of your choice to step forward of the wisest of them all, so that they might speak with one voice to you. The gender that might be the one most meaningful to you in the wisdom that might come right now from a collection of your ancestors who have one message. Select the gender now. Let that beautiful soul with your blood lineage step forward and speak. Dear one, they would say, this is an opportunity that we only dreamed would come. That we could look at our future. But more than that, we all know, in this place called your soul, we all know the bigger truth that is upon us. That bigger truth that Earth might arrive where it has now. We participated in helping you get there with the wisdom you needed in your bloodline, in this soul of yours. We participated in the victories, in the tragedies, in the sorrow, in the laughter. We were there. We carried it so that today, in your bloodline, from your grandmother, grandfather, father, mother, you could stand here today and talk to us. We never thought that would happen, ever. But it has. And we have one message for you. We love you. You have the collective wisdom of all of us right now. It's everything we can do. We have imbued it into your special DNA. It will sail from that 24th pair as well as all the others that contain our history in your blood. And together it will then project light like we never ever thought we might do. But we can now through you. We have your back. We are here, all of us. Thank you. We love you. Please proceed, not in fear, but in love, to do what you came to do with all of us together. And the ancestor steps away. I hope you replay this. It's one of the most important messages we've ever given in the Circle of 12. Stay and think about what's just happened. Stay. And so it is.